So let me tell you a story that plays out all the time in real estate. So let's say that townhouse is sitting on the market for months, no offers, no movement. Then out of nowhere, one offer comes in and suddenly everybody wants it. Here's why that happens and the little known disclosure rule that makes this all unfold. So picture this. Gorgeous townhouse hits the market at $899 in the Victoria core. It's great photos and a great neighborhood. It's got a lot of things going for it. A few weeks later, there's about 20 showings. People like it, but nobody's really pulling the trigger, submitting offers. They say, we just want to think about it, particularly newer buyers who are just starting to dabble their feet in the market or first-time buyers. They say, let's go see a few more places first. Then the property continues to sit for a month, 2 months, 3 months. The buzz has died down, showings slow down, and the sellers start wondering, well, what's wrong with our house? They might have had some feedback. There might have been a few little quirks to it, but time continues to go on, and finally somebody comes in with an offer. And then this is where it gets interesting. As soon as that offer lands, the listing agent has to notify everybody who's shown interest and subscribed to that property. It's not optional. It's part of what's called the rules of cooperation in the Realtor Code and part of the Victoria Real Estate Board regulations. So every agent who's shown that property or registered their interest gets a message through our Realtor system. And every buyer who's asked to be updated gets a note as well. So I would send out a message saying, we've received an offer. If you're interested, please get your client to submit ASAP. And then over the next 6, 12, 24 hours, I get messages, emails. People are asking, wait, did someone actually make an offer? Someone else calls, say, oh, we saw it months ago. We've been thinking about put it on the back burner, but can we still make a bid? Another person will call, my client's still pretty interested. They liked it. Can we see it again today? I need to get in right away. So within the next day, that house that's been sitting there for months has 2, maybe 3 offers. Let's say it sells for over asking price. And for the buyers who won that, they likely toured it maybe months earlier and decided to keep looking. And the couple that made the initial offer, they may have lost the property by 2, 3, 5,000. And all of this was because competition showed up as soon as they decided to write an offer. And many of those people had lots of time to buy it beforehand without any competition. So why does this happen? I've seen this happen time and time again, but there's definitely some psychology behind this. Loss aversion. People generally hate losing something they want way more than they enjoy gaining it. So when that house was sitting there, it was just available. But the second somebody else wants it, now it feels like they're going to lose it. And that flips a switch in their brain. Another thing is social proof. Nobody wanted it before, so maybe there was something wrong with it. But now that somebody else thinks it's good enough to submit an offer and worth buying, suddenly it must be good enough. And then scarcity and FOMO. So when time is unlimited, when there's no other offers, there's not much urgency. But once competition appears, that's when the scarcity kicks in. People ask themselves, well, what if this really is the one? Maybe it was meant to be and I miss it. And lastly, it's this classic herding behavior. We see other people making moves and we follow. It's not logical, it's just human nature. And me, myself, as the agent, I'm also a little bit surprised when this happened because nothing's really changed with the house. It's been the same price, it's been in the same condition, same everything. The only thing that changed was somebody else wanted it. So now let's talk about those disclosure rules because they do matter. So when an offer comes in, your realtor must notify all the brokerages that showed the property, any unrepresented buyers who viewed it, anyone registered for updates, and they have to get that message out immediately. So if the multiple offers do come in, sometimes they don't. There's another step. There's this form called the Disclosure of Multiple Offers Presented form, and it's going to list every offer received, the brokerage it came from, and the date. And the seller will sign it to confirm that all the offers were presented to them, and then the listing agent would go ahead and provide this back to every buyer who submitted an offer within 24 hours. It's just a fairness and transparency method. The regulations changed in about 2023 across BC. All the real estate boards are doing this. So really, you can be assured that there's no hidden offers, phantom offers, fake multiple offers. Everybody's getting that same info. But the irony is that same transparency that these disclosures, forms, and regulations require that are supposed to keep things fair, in practice is actually creating bidding wars on homes that nobody wanted yesterday. So what can you do as a buyer? If you love the house and it fits your budget, don't wait for validation. You don't need other buyers to tell you it's worth it. Days on market doesn't always mean something wrong. Sometimes it's just timing, it's just life, it's just the moon. You had the time. So if you end up in a bidding war on a home that sat for months, remember, you had that window to buy it stress-free, without competition, to get a better negotiation with the seller. So set your limit, stick to it. Just because other people want it doesn't mean it's worth more to you than it was yesterday. And my advice for sellers, be patient. Sometimes it really does take that one offer to spark momentum in a property. That notification requirement from your realtor is going to work in your favor. But if it's been 6 months and 0 bites, no showings, no offers, not even lowball offers, it might be time to talk about pricing strategy or renting that property out. So I've seen this happen multiple times over my 10-year career in real estate. Doesn't matter if it's a slow market, hot market, that house that nobody wanted yesterday suddenly becomes the home that everybody wants the moment somebody's ready to make a move. So don't assume a stale listing means a bad house. Don't let the FOMO drive your decisions, and understand the disclosure rules that your realtors are required to perform, even if that sometimes creates chaos for you as a buyer or you as the seller. I know sometimes it doesn't appear logical, but it's human nature at play. Have you seen this happen? Drop your story in the comments below and hit that subscribe button for more real estate market insight.